So when we left off last time, we were able to decrease the amount of health on our player and reflect it on our health bar and increase it as well. There are a few things we need to fix. The first thing we need to fix is the fact that we can get negative health here. If I click here, see it can go in minus, and I can of course also have higher health than my maximum value, as you can see here. So these are two things we'll need to fix. Besides that, we will also have to write the health on the text as a text here on top of the health bar. So I think that's the first thing we're going to fix. What else? If we click on our health bar here, we also have a fill amount, and we need to remove that because it's not needed anymore. It's just for text testing in the beginning. So if you open up your script and find your bar script and see the fill amount, we have this serialized field on top of it. We'll have to delete that so we don't have it serialized anymore. And when it's non-serialized, then it should disappear from here, and it just did. So the next thing we are going to do is to add our font to or the text to our health bar here. To add the text, we'll have to go to our mask, right click on it, select UI and select the text here, and we can call this value text. This is going to be the text that contains our value. Besides that, we will have to add another font, or you can of course also use this Arial here if that's what you want to. But I'm going to use another font for my text because I really don't like the way Arial looks. So if you want to use the same font as me, you can simply go to the download link in the description, and there is a direct link to the Google fonts where I downloaded this one from. You can also use any other font if you want to, but I'm going to use this specific one. To add the font, I'm going to right click, create, new folder called fonts, and I'm going to take my font and drag it from off screen into this folder here. To change the font on my text, I'll have to select the value text and find the font area here and take the new font and drag it into this area. So now it's using that other font I downloaded called Carter 1. I am going to keep the font style normal, and I'm going to select best fit here. When I do that, it is going to fit inside the box it's in. So if I select the tool to the far right, you'll see that there's a box here, and I can actually expand it so that it fills up the whole rectangle it's inside, the whole mask. And when I've done that, I'm going to take the alignment and say that the text should be written in the middle and in the center here. So it's middle and centered. And then I'm going to change the color from black to white. There we go. So now we have a white text. It might not look that well, but I'm going to add a shadow to it. So basically you can select add component and write shadow and then click, and then it just added a shadow to the text. So if you maximize and play now, it should look quite okay for the text here on the health bar. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is to change the text to health colon. So this is going to be written health and then 100, for example, if we have 100 health and so on. So for now, just write health colon. So this is the current text, but we'll need to change this from within our script. So let's open up our scripts and the bar script, and let's find. I want to do this. I think we want to do this in the value. So if we go to the value here, we'll have to access the value text. So right now there is no reference to the value text, and we'll need a reference to that so we can change it. So after content, we write private text value text, and we need to serialize this field so that we can access it from in here and from the inspector. So if we save this and jump back into Unity, select our health bar, see that there's something called value text, take the value text and drag it onto that. So now I have a reference to the text that it needs to change. So if we go back here and we go to our value here, we'll have to set the text to something. And we can do that by saying string temporary. Let's make it into an array. And then it's equal to value text dot split on the colon. Okay, so what did we just do? Well, right now the text on the text here is called health colon, and we need to split it so that we don't get the number with it. So every time we update it, we change the value to the new amount instead of adding it onto it. So to do that, we'll need to take the health out first, because this is going to be dynamic. It's not just a health bar, it's a bar for anything. So we take everything before the colon and store it inside this value here, this temporary array. So we can try to set a breakpoint. I can show you if I attach this, and if I run the game there, and if I reduce the health, you'll see this temporary is equal to the first spot in this array is equal to health. So now I've just stored the name of the value I'm storing, basically. So that's why I did this. I split it after the colon here. Okay, let's go back to Unity and stop this. So what else do we need to do? We need to make sure that we also change the text. So we say value text is equal to temp position 0, because that's health, plus colon space plus value. There we go, value. And it's very important you write value with a non-capital V. If you write value with a capital V, we are going to have a Stack Overflow exception, because it's going to call itself in internal forever, right? So value, select the one with those lines out here called parameter float value, and it should turn blue if you did it correctly. So what we just did is that we update our value. We gained some health or lost some health. So we stored the name of the value we are storing in this array. Then we say, well, we're going to write it out to the text again. So we're going to write health and a colon and a space and then the new value here. And then we're updating the fill amount. So if we save this and jump in here and we play the game, it's writing value health 100. If I reduce it, it's 90, 80, 70, 60. And I can go in minus here, as you can see. And if I increase it, it's going to increase. And it's going to be over 100, of course. So now we can actually reduce and increase our value while we can see what's happening here. I am going to end this video here. I know it's a little short, but in the next video we will have a look at how we can clamp the value so it doesn't go over max and below 0. And we'll also add that nice lerping functionality to it as well. So thank you for watching, and remember to subscribe to this channel, like my Facebook page, and follow me on Twitter. Also remember that InScope Studios is a community founded page, so all your help is very, very important to me. You can support me by going to the Patreon page by clicking the link on top of the screen here. And if you do so, you will be able to get all my projects, and you will also be able to get private tutoring if that's what you want. Also, you can click the link in the bottom of the screen if you want to support me by acquiring this project or any of my other projects. Thank you for watching, and I hope you'll continue with the series.